Right, welcome back, Year 5s. We're going to be doing your maths lesson today, and I hope you enjoyed your reading lesson earlier and that you've had a nice bit of a break, got some stretch, maybe got some fresh air, and we're going to tackle some maths. We're going to be doing lots of revision from this term, so let's see how well you have remembered your work. So I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, here we go. So again, you're going to be looking out for a picture, and that picture will represent which maths group you belong to. So if you are in Miss Pitt's maths group, will you please look out for the green monster icon? And if you are in Miss Malvina or my maths group, you're going to be looking out for the purple monster. Right, so Mrs. Pitt's group, you're going to have a quick starter, see if you can answer these questions in less than 5 minutes. You can pause the video now and have a go at these 5 questions. Good luck. Super, I hope you managed to answer them all. Let's see how well you've done. Right, here are the answers. So again, pause the video if it's going too quickly, and you can mark your work. I hope you got full marks, 5 out of 5. So let's move on to your activity for today. You're going to have 3 activities that you're going to be doing for me. You're going to be doing a partitioning. So you're going to be looking at a number and breaking it up into its hundreds, its tens, and its ones, okay, its place value. So what I would like you now to do is to pause the video and do these 10 sums for me on your piece of paper. Good luck. Amazing work. Activity number 2 is going to be spot the pattern. So have a look at each of these number patterns and see if you can figure out what are you doing to the numbers and answer the filling in the missing answers in the blocks. So you can pause your video now and have a go at those 6 questions. All the best. Fantastic work, Year 5s. You're really working hard. You're on your last activity now. Let's give it a go. So we're going to be counting in 3s now. So what I suggest you do is just quickly say your 3 times table out loud so that that rhythm is in your head. And I would like you to go have a go at these 5 questions, and then there's a bit of a challenge at the end and see if you can use your thinking skills to really have a think about answering that question. So you can pause your video now and have a go at that. Fantastic work. So here are your answers. Again, you can pause the video at any time to check your answers against the what you've written. And here are activity 1's answer. Here are activity 2 answers. Here are activity 3 answers. And if you did the challenge, congratulations, here are the answers. So well done for working hard today on your maths. Right, those children who are in Miss Malvina and Maya's maths group, you're going to be looking at place value today and revising all the concepts that we have been learning about over the last 2 terms. Right, you've got a starter. You're going to have 3 questions that you need to do in 3 minutes. So if you've got a watch or if you can have a look at the time on your laptop, you have got 3 minutes to complete it. So I'd like you to pause your video when you see the 3 questions and give them a go. Good luck. Fantastic. I hope you managed to answer all of those in under 3 minutes. And here are the answers. So let's just get rid of that. Here we go. Here are your answers. So number 1 is 96. Making sure that we are adding the number and not subtracting, and that is a nice mental calculation there. We shouldn't even have to do our working out. We should be able to do it in our head using our place value knowledge. Number 2, a straight addition. Again, nice, easy, making sure we line up all our numbers correctly and that we are adding and not subtracting the numbers. And the last one is a bit of a word problem, having a think about what you're having to do with those 2 numbers, and you are multiplying them to give you the answer of 96. So I hope you got 3 out of 3. So we're going to be looking and revising our negative numbers. So I want you to have a think about what are the steps to success to work out negative numbers. So if you were a mini teacher now and you had your own YouTube channel, how would you tell children out there to work out negative numbers. So have a little go at brainstorming that on your piece of paper, and then you can pause the video so that you don't hear the answers and see if you get them right. So I'll give you, so off you go, good luck. Amazing, I hope you had a go at being a mini teacher. Let's see how well you did. So our first step is to draw a line, okay, to draw our number line, all right? And this is just so that we can then take the number and place it on the line, okay? Decide how many steps you are moving forwards or backwards. So if you are subtracting, which direction are you moving in? And if you are adding, which direction are you moving, and how many bunny hops are you going to be doing? So if you are subtracting, hopefully you have remembered that if you are subtracting, you are going to be moving in the left direction. And if you are adding, you are going to be moving in the right direction. Okay. Super. So add and subtract, and however many hops you need to make. So if it was adding 5, you're going to make your hops. Okay. Then you're going to fill in the numbers on the number line. All right. And once you have filled in the numbers, our last step is to always check our answer. So I am going to do one with you at the moment, and then you're going to have one on your own. So following those steps of success, we're first going to draw a line. Okay. And I am just going to be going in the right direction because I'm adding, and I'm adding 7. So I'm going to bunny hop 7 places to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. Now, once I have done my 7 hops, I'm going to put the numbers onto the number line, starting with the number -6. -6 goes onto my line, and then I'm going to fill in the rest of the numbers. So -5, and my handwriting is going to look very special now, because this is very different. 5, -3, -2, -1, 0, not forgetting our 0, and landing on our 1. So our answer then is going to be 1. Okay, and I'm going to go check my answer. Is my number line correct? Yes, it is. Have I done 7 hops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I have. And does that make sense? Yes, it does. And I can then be confident that my answer is correct. Right, I would like you to have a go now at answering this question. 5 - 8, using our steps to success. You can pause the video now and have a go. Amazing. So your first step, hopefully, is you drawed your very rough number line. You then had to decide which direction you are moving in, and you are going to be moving to the left. So you are going to start with the number 5, and you are going to bunny hop 8 times to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then filling in the numbers. So I'm going to be starting at the number 5. And now I need to fill in my numbers. 5, 4, we're working backwards because we are subtracting. 3, 2, 1, not forgetting our 0. -1, -2, and I land on -3. Good. Hopefully you got -3, -3, and that is my answer. And I quickly go and check, have I done the correct steps? Have I moved towards the left? Have I not made the silly mistake of moving to the right instead? And make sure that I've moved to the left. And I'm going to go and quickly check that I've done my 8 hops, and I'm happy. So I feel quite confident that that is the correct answer. So I would like you now to give these questions a go. There's a bit of a challenge at the end. All right, have a think about how you can answer that. If you need a bit of help, think about drawing your number line out that can help you to work out the answers. So I'd like you to do those 9 questions now, including the challenge, and see how you do. So pause the video and have a go. Good luck. Right, I hope you have managed to finish activity 1. I am going to move on to activity 2, which is our place value chart. I'm having a look at the numbers and where they need to go in, which we represent in which block. So I would like you to have a look at these numbers now and decide which number is smaller, and have a go at the challenge of the value of these numbers as well. So the 1 in 3.12. So I would like you to give me the value of that 1. So pause the video now and have a go at those 8 questions. Good luck. Super job, guys. You're doing so well. Hopefully you managed to finish all those 8 questions. We're going to move on now to our rounding of our whole numbers. So again, I would like you to have a think about what our steps to success are when we have to round a whole number. So you can either talk it out loud, you can go and talk to your younger sibling if your sibling's at home, you can talk to your parents, you can talk to the wall, or write it on a piece of paper. Being a mini teacher, how would you explain to someone the steps that they would need to follow in order to be successful in answering a rounding question? So you can pause the video now and have a go. Super, let's see how we did. So when we are rounding whole numbers, there is that little rhyme that we learned at the beginning of the year. So let's see. Have a go. So if the number is 5 or more, we raise the. I'm actually going to get rid of these blocks so that we can see these words clearly. Right? So when we're looking at the number, we are going to think about this little poem, and if it is 4 or less, we are going to let it rest. Right, so what does that actually mean? What does those words mean? Let me get rid of that so that we can have a look. Right, so when we're using our steps to success, we need to go and first circle the value that we are looking at. So we're saying round off to the nearest 100. We're going to go and find the number in the hundreds column, and we're going to circle that value. Okay, so if it's the nearest 10, we'll find the tens column, circle that number. If it's the nearest 1,000, we're going to find the 1,000 column, circle that number. Then we're going to underline the number next door. Okay, and once we have underlined that number, we're going to then use our little poem that we learned. The number is 5 or more, we're going to raise the score. If it is 4 or less, we're going to let it rest. So let's put that into practice now. So I am going to look at the nearest 100. So I want to round my number to the nearest 100. So I'm going to go to my hundreds column and I am going to circle it. So my 7 is in the hundreds column and I circle that 7. Right, and I look next door. And the 8 I've underlined. And I'm going to decide now, is it 5 or more? Is the value of the 8 more than 5? And yes, it is. So in that case, I'm going to raise the score. So I'm going to go and look at the number that I've circled, and I'm going to raise it to 1 more. So, which is then going to be 8. Now, all the numbers before stay the same, and all the numbers afterwards need to have the place values of the 0. So I put in my zeros there. And now my answer is 4,800, and I check, have I counted in hundreds? Yes, I have, okay? Because if I'm rounding to the nearest 100, I need to make sure that I've counted in hundreds. So this number cannot end, let's say, with a 9, because that is not, if I count in hundreds, I go 0 to 100, I'm never going to end with the number 9. So I must go and check my answer at the end. all right? And I then make sure that I've answered it correctly, that I've counted in that number, okay? So I would like you now to pause the video and have a go at this one on your own, rounding this number to the nearest 10 using that strategy of circling the number in the tens column, underlining the number next door, and then using our little poem to decide if we are going, what we are going to do. Great, so I hope you had a go at that, and let's see how well you did. So raising to the nearest 10, we're going to go to the tens column, we're going to circle it, and we're going to underline the number next door. We are then going to use our little poem. If it is 5 or more, raise a score, and 2 is not worth more than 5. So I'm going to then follow this. If it is 4 or less, we're going to let it rest. So what that means is the number that is circled, we always use the number that is circled. I'm going to let it be. I'm not going to change it. It's going to rest. So it's going to stay the same. Now, before, what do we do when we have to answer the numbers that go before? We leave them the same. And any numbers afterwards, we put our placeholders. And now I go and check. If I'm counting in tens, am I going to get the number 6,540? Yes, I will. So therefore, I'm going to go and check that that number is counting in tens to make sure that my answer is correct. So I would like you now to have a go at these sums. If you can pause your video now and then have a go and see how you do. Good luck. Super, I hope you have given that a try and you've used the strategies that we have taught you to answer those questions. This is just a bit of some fun, cracking the code. And it says Lexi is trying to remember the code for her alarm, and they're giving you 5 options. And you need to use the hints that they provided to work out the code. And so have a go at seeing if you can figure out what the alarm code is. So you can pause the video now and have a go. Good luck. Right, here are your answers if you are the purple monster group. So see how well you did, and hopefully you did really, really well. Right, it is now time to have a bit of a break. So take a rest, and even my dog is going to be taking a rest. Here he is. He's been here the whole day with me, and he's not getting hungry. It's dinner time for him, and so he's going to go and have a little rest now. And so I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you back tomorrow morning for reading. And we look forward to hearing about how it's going at home. And we also would love for you to send your work to us. So if you'd like to send us some wonderful work that you've been doing at home, it could be a bit of maths, it could be a bit of your science that you're going to be doing later. We'd love to see it. So you can send it to the Year 5 at the Palmer Academy website, email that we've sent you, and so that we can have a look and send you some feedback. So have a wonderful day, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.